the film that you're gonna see is about key figures in my life, which are my parents, and I hope you enjoy it. That's all. And we'll talk afterwards.
Afterwards, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let's go.
It's my favorite film. Yeah.
It's your favorite film? This one?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's so joyful to make. Because it's a really personal thing, and it's about light, and it's memory of my parents mixed with myself. So it's not about biography, but it's more the mix of different time, one plane. Yeah. So.
And different landscapes between the countryside and then the city.
I shot the first part first, and also wrote the first part first, and then we stopped. And the first part I dedicate to my mom, and the second is for my dad. So I think they have different character. So the film, actually we changed the film stock and then changed the lens as well. I spent maybe a month or two after the first section, and then we write.
The first part is dedicated to your mom, and the second part?
Dad. Yeah, father. So it's about his memory.
You try to make it possible to interconnect countryside and the city.
Kind of the experience, because I grew up in that environment, the countryside, and then later, the city changed, and then I went to Bangkok. So all this shift and the difference of hospital, because before when my parents worked in this rural hospital in that town, it was still wood and still or concrete, but very old style like this. But we still have many of this. Yeah. But then it's changed to bigger modern style that come to our town. And the hospital in the last part is the place that my father went to his therapy before he died.
Is it possible to find some irony at the end with this music, everybody dancing?
It's Thailand. People are very uniform. For the past, I think 10 years, it came in, everyone's doing this in the public park or sometime in the parking space of the department store. It's in many of my films. Yeah. I was not part. My sister-in-law, yes. My sister-in-law was the leader.
Why in the film so many soldiers in the hospital?
I haven't seen this for a long time. Is there soldiers there?
Soldiers are people with uniforms. For us it's strange to see soldiers in uniforms inside of the hospital.
No, for me I don't know, it's just that. But I also like uniform. I like the mixture of this figure that always within our life, either physically present or the power that they have.
In this film, the soldiers are alive.
Yeah.
In the last film,
with guns,
they are sleeping.
Yes, but alive in the way that is kind of harmless. But it's also my relationship with them for the past few years that the role of soldier have become more and more ugly and become very authoritarian figures. And then 2 years ago we had the military coup that until now with this soldier controlling the country. Yeah, and so that's why the last film was like that. Yeah.
Any questions, please?
What does DDT mean?
I still don't know. It's my dad. He always repeat this joke. And he actually part of he's in the military. He's a military doctor. That's where he met my mom.
Many scenes are quite funny when they begin to drink this whiskey in this room underneath. But later on, at the end of the film, we see this kind of black hole.
I don't know.
You don't know what it is?
I just like it. It just always happen when I work and go to location and try out and just note to what exists. But I somehow it's unconscious decision to put them there. And even after the film play in festival, few festivals, someone note that, hey, there's a lot of circular motif in the film, which I didn't know. I didn't intended to, starting from the shape that the guy liked is the circle, also the circle of what, the eclipse, all that, and the circle of the end, so, and the circle of, life maybe in the, from the past to the present, and yeah.
But with this black hole, you didn't want to frighten us as spectators?
I don't think so.
It's not the entrance
it's a
of
memory.
the hell.
It's like a sucking, because it's a machine to suck the debris when you make artificial limbs. Yeah. And I just like smoke, to go in and have different shape.
So you don't write down the idea, the concept of a metaphor, meaning this and that. That's not your way to.
No, maybe it's kind of obvious, but I didn't intend it to like, oh.
At the beginning, we leave the inside of the hospital in the countryside, and then you focus on the fields and trees, and we hear the actors speaking.
Yes.
And they say they repeat many times the shots.
Many takes.
Many takes.
Yeah.
Could you speak a bit about your method of working? You need to make many takes to get what you're looking for?
Yes, and sometimes they're very similar. But because it's film, I'm not sure if I got it. At that time we have a small monitor and not high definition, so the playback is not really tell you much. So I'm pretty controlled actually. But before reaching that point, we have a lot of rehearsal and improvisation, because we really cannot have improvisation on set that much because of the budget and scheduling.
So the dialogues are written. Everything is very precisely written.
Quite written. If it's not right, change on the spot, but not much.
Many shots are just one long moment with no movements. I don't mean it's boring, but...
if it's long, I will cut. It's not long. There's no need to cut.
And you don't use that much the close-ups.
Not much, because it's like this. It's supposed to be in cinema to have more details and freedom for audience to look for life around. Not only the image, but also sound design and all this.
So you deeply trust in your spectators, the audience?
Yes. It's also to call into the artificiality of cinema. When you have wide frame, you realize that you not really concentrate on only narrative, like follow the action. You start to see other things.
Did you experience a dentist singing in your ear?
Yes.
Yes?
No. During the casting, there's one dentist who was a singer, like that. So I was just inspired.
Do you like to be the boss, the chief of a crew around you?
Yes.
All this, yes?
No, but they're very like family. We stick for more than 10 years. If you look at the credit, it's almost replaceable. It's the same group of people. For me, I'm pretty shy person. I'm really introvert. So slowly through filmmaking, I start to build family that I feel comfortable sharing. And then from something very personal about my memory, start to have actors and other people memory into this ball of light. Together we go to different film, and now my actress Geneva, the older lady, start to get more and more influence into this world.
Is it one way for you to give insight in your culture to film disabled people with no arms or no legs? It belongs to the history of your country or your point of view about Thailand?
No, but because it's what happened to Geneva during Tropical Malady shooting. She had a motorcycle accident, and ever since she has always trouble trying to cure this leg.
But you have these scenes in a hospital with this artificial legs and arms. Why focusing on this suffering humanity?
No, they're there. They're beautiful. I mean, the film is about getting hope, I think, about how people try to find their way, imagining a better future. So it's always about exercise or try to heal oneself.
Even though in these big cities with these big factories and these certainly pollutions.
I look at it really positively. That's why I like this film, because it's really, for me, like a glass. That's why I was really shocked when the film was censor in Thailand of many scenes. The scene with the monk playing guitar and also the doctor drinking. They're not actually drinking, they prepare to drink. And then there's a monk playing UFO toys, remote control, and the kissing and the erection. So for me it's nonsense, but then the censor board, which were the police, in the police department, they invite other people from doctor council and religion council and film scholar and many other specialists.
Yeah.
And then there's watch the film that I'm not allowed to participate in, also their after discussion. Then they got me into the room. They say, okay, we want this 4-5 scene cut because that, and because monks not supposed to play guitar, doctor supposed to help people, not drinking. So they view cinema as a propaganda tool for certain group. And the film scholars say, Apichatpong, you should stop making film because you don't know how to make movie. You should relearn again. So I said, I was so angry. I was really mad because who are they? And the film just went to Venice before Thailand. I mean, it's such an absurd situation where I think if your film go to a major festival, you should celebrate or support, not like this. So I started a petition. I spent a year forming a group with my friends called Free Thai Cinema Movement. And then we changed the law successfully from the policeman to Ministry of Culture.
Even though now in our days it seems to become more difficult again.
Yes.
After the king passed away and...
Yeah. I think the problem are more with the self-censorship because there are certain taboos that you cannot talk about.
But this version we've seen is the original one or the censored one?
I don't think there's a censorship version because in Thailand, when we censor, I refused the first time and then second time I had an idea, so I collaborate with the Thai Film Foundation and we opened in one theater downtown with the scene cut, but we replaced with black in that scene. And the whiskey drinking scene, the whole thing is 5 minutes, I think. So people sitting in the dark periodically. It's a statement, it's not a film. Then in front of the theater we have a board showing history of censorship in Thailand. And people aware that, this is not only Thai cinema that been butchered, but Hollywood film also. But it's so seamless, there's this scene missing from Thai version and that. And, yeah.
Any questions, remarks?
I have just a curiosity about the whiskey drinking scene. There is some moment, there is this woman looking at us, looking at the camera. And so I felt a bit distracted from the healing action. I was thinking probably you wanted to protect with this healing moment, or there was an intention there, or I don't know.
It came during the shooting rehearsal, and she looked at the camera at one point and like, whoa, I mean, what a face, because she reminded me of one of my parents' friends when growing up, and I just want to remember this, and she has a striking face, and at the same time is looking at you, again, to remind you that this is such an illusion thing, that it's just a flat thing, that it's a cinema. Yeah, because I always believe that cinema is like magic, like the director is hypnotizing you and you become really passive, you just submit everything. But for art, like visual arts in a gallery, you become very active and you just walk to the space and you put a lot of yourself to interpret the artwork. I think that's why the artwork are very reductive, not like cinema, because they need you to fulfill, the meaning of what, beauty. But for me, sometimes I like to activate this passivity of the audience in cinema. Really, I really have no answer for many of my works because, like script writing too, there's a lot of style. You know, when you read a script writing book, you know, it's all they talk about this arc, you know, and about the act 1, act 2, and that was, this is really bad because it put you in a cage. And so for me, the same with meaning. When I talk with my actors, I say, you don't need to know the background. You don't need to know the motivation. You don't have to build the history of this character because the beauty is unpredictable. It's like you put a cage into this character. Yeah. So as a director too, I don't know many of things, but I know I like this certain thing, and yeah.
We have to give an end to this conversation because you have another screening. We have an important appointment tomorrow afternoon, 4:30. We will be in one of the installations. We'll see one of your films, 6.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Something quite different in the rhythm and the way to explore night.
Yeah.
And we will speak about that. We will have time to speak again about your way to conceive cinema.
Yeah.
And thank you so much to be here and to be so open-hearted
Pleasure.
to our questions and to our reactions. I think we are somehow under the charm, the charming way of your conceiving cinema. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
To let us enter, and that's fantastic in your aesthetics. You let us enter in your world. We can step in. We can share with you something. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you for showing on film because it's no longer circulate. This film
No.
is only, I think, here in Paris that still have a print.
Yeah.
After we stop.
You see Paris, Geneva, it's happening in these two cities.
Yeah.
Thank you, Apichatpong.